wait. Waiting. And here we go.
Right.
Cheer me, White.
Cheer me, White. Hey, there you go,
Hey,
pal.
Neil, you never won the cap.
I know.
Never won the cap.
I'd have worn it tonight as well.
Evening, Mr. Bonar. How are we, pal?
All right,
You
Marcus.
Okay? Beautiful. Anyway, we're here, Neil. As you can see, the bar's been moved around. The Brewdog Tavern's had a bit of a makeover, so we're actually sat in different seats. How about that?
John, it's the same seat, but it's been moved around.
Bro, I've moved it around. That's what I've done, yeah. That's what I've done. Anyway, anybody wants to come on and join in with the chat, throw some comments to our guests, Kay and Craig. But it comes up as Facebook user. So if you want to use your name, or I think you have to acknowledge that you want to use your name on Facebook or StreamYard or wherever it is, just do it, but let us know who you are. And throw some questions in, some comments, anything, and join in with the old paranormal banter, if you know what I'm saying. Anyway, Neil.
Well, that's all this is, John.
Yeah, paranormal banter. Yeah.
So we need it in our lives, don't we, John?
We do. Yeah, anyway, so we are Booze and Booze, and we are part of Paralytic Activities. And Neil, on tonight's show, for your viewing pleasure out there, we've got Kay and Craig Maloney. One's a para-tech expert, and the other is a psychic medium. Have some of that.
I don't know, Craig. I'm a psychic medium.
I didn't know Kay was a para-tech expert either. Do you know what I mean? I wonder what all them batches were for.
Yeah, but in the drawer in your bedroom again.
Yeah. Also, we've got a paranormal roundup. Our spirit guide, Dead Ed, is at Bronwygarth Hospital in North Wales, Neil, in Porthmadog.
I'll tell you what.
I didn't know I could speak Welsh, did you?
No.
well, there you go. And we're going to delve into the horror movie, Cabin in the Woods, if we've got time. But first, we're just going to quickly do our paranormal ale. Just give me a second so I can get the old banner up. Neil?
Anyway, as we say, love all your comments, but a lot of the names ain't coming up, so if you just want to put your name, that'd be great. Thank you very much in advance. Anyway, what we got...
While you're doing that, Neil, I'm just going to put up some comments on the screen as you do it.
Yeah. We have got Dry Neck Golden by Witchwood Brewery, and it's from the best bar, ale bar.
Yeah.
Bottle bar.
Yeah.
Concert bar, John.
Yeah. Anything else?
In the Midlands, or say the world.
There we go. Paranormal Ales from Cafe Metro, best craft ale in the Midlands, and also now in association with Wednesday Paranormal. Have some of that.
And it's got malts of palest U with the magic of Mosaic hops.
Oh, nice.
Perfect to quench the driest of throats, John.
Yeah.
About that. I'll tell you something now. If I'm died dead on the floor, I want you to get a funnel and tip one of these down my neck.
I will do.
It'll lubricate my neck. I mean, it might bring me back to life, John. Anyway, let's have a look.
Do you know who I am? Of course we know who you are, Mr. Stepani.
Do we know who I am?
Anyway, Melanie Nash, who's in the chat room, she's not very well, Neil.
I know.
She's got a cough, she's got a cold, and she's got the 2 bob bits. So it's not looking well.
I'll tell you what, 4% that is, John.
Is it?
And it's a golden beer, and it tastes like an old school beer.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you used to get local at the Black Club when you first started
Is this
drinking.
part of your dry January doing
It's,
dry
it's
neck?
dry neck
Yeah.
January. You know what I mean? Just a one-off. But I had done dry January anyway, so I pissed myself to the nose. So I brought that one.
Neil, I think our good friend Disco Gianferno is in the chat room.
Really?
Yeah, Disco. We was laughing our heads off on Saturday driving home, thinking, "Oh, it was so nice to see Disco Gianferno."
Burn, baby, burn. Disco jumping on. Oh,
So
it
Neil,
was.
come on then, let's give us a rating on the RKL scale. Pal.
Tell you what, for a nice 4%, John, which is
Yeah.
less percent than Carling.
Yeah.
It's a nice beer. It really is a nice beer.
I'm going to pour myself a little drop, Neil.
Obviously, you're going to need a few of these to get merry. Probably about 10 bottles.
Sounds fantastic.
But yeah, it's a really nice drink. I like that. Nice, no tangy taste or nothing.
There you go.
But
cheers, everybody. Thanks for joining the chat. We really appreciate it. We're in for a cracking show, I can tell you that.
Well, come on then, John. Let's get on with this. Come on, Sludge Guts.
Yeah, so anyway, we're going to move on. Before we bring in our guests, we like to do a little section we call the Paranormal Roundup.
Paranormal Roundup?
We do.
Oh, yeah.
Paranormal Roundup, Neil. Neil, what you been up to, kid?
You never know what I'm up to, Johnny boy!
Well, I do. That's why I asked.
Believe it or not, we've done a show 2 weeks ago. I ain't been up to that much.
Really?
No.
You do surprise me.
Oh, we went to Wales and to an abandoned hospital with Wednesday Paranormal. Tell you what, it was absolutely fantastic. Really
Fan-bloody-tastic.
It's nice to see an hospital with some empty beds in it.
Yeah.
Really was.
Yeah.
It was, John Morley.
Yeah.
But all the patients in there are already dead, so it was a bit of a difference, right, John?
Yeah, so I want to say a big thank you to Wednesday Paranormal for inviting us along. It was great to see some old faces, wasn't it? I mean, it's looking when I look in the mirror, I see an old face all the time. But it was, you know, we saw obviously Gary Fields, Jolene Jackson, Paul Southey, Glenn, Den, obviously Russ Bevan, fan-bloody-tastic. Now listen, people, Wednesday Paranormal are doing loads and loads. Well, they're doing one recently, actually, at the Haunted Museum in Stoke, Craig's Gaff. Oh. If you fancy going, because the place is absolutely bloody amazing, get in contact with Russ Bevan on Bookface or FaceSpace. Is it FaceSpace? No, Bookface. Yeah, Bookface, Facebook. Get in contact with Russ Bevan on there. Drop him a message. Say, yeah, I want to bloody go because the place is fantastic. Absolutely.
It was.
Yeah.
Are you going to talk about that in a bit, are you?
No.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, a little bit, yeah, I am.
Bonnygarth.
Yeah.
Bonnygarth Hospital.
So, Bonnygarth Hospital, the journey down there, fantastic. 3 hours. 3 hours. God. We saw more mountains than the Hobbits now. I felt like Bilbo Baggins. Pity Zach Baggins while with us, you know what I mean, from a Ghost Adventures. But yeah, the hospital's fantastic. 3 bloody floors. I'm not going to say too much because our spirit guide, Deadhead, I'm going to be sending in there later on in the show. So there you go.
Anyway, John, I've applied for a job in a sperm bank. You know.
Oh Jesus! Pull the other one.
The only trouble is, I've got to do a week in hand. So I don't think I'm going to go for it. And I've been watching some movies that you've been recommended to me, John.
Recommended
to me. One was called Inglorious Bastards.
Language.
Sorry, but that's what it was called. I thought it was Harry and Meghan's new documentary, but you know. And there's just one more thing, John.
What's that then?
Valentine's Day is coming up.
Oh.
For us singletons, yeah, it's one of the most depressing days of the year.
Yeah.
It really is.
Not for me.
I don't have much luck on Valentine's Day, John.
Do you not? What's that then?
Because, you know, I met this girl once and I like to do a lot of sports, don't I? So she was married. Oh, you never do nothing with me. Sport this, sport that. I went, all right, then Valentine's Day, I'll take you out. So I booked a table, all right. Within an hour, she stormed out the room.
Why did she storm out, Neil?
I kept snookering behind the yellow.
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised that you had the 50 pence went or something. So there you go. Hey, Neil, you're never going to guess what? You are never, ever, ever going to guess what?
What?
I've only sold a book, Neil. I've sold a book. I've sold a book, yes. On Amazon, £6.25. In 3 years, I've sold 87 books now, Neil.
Have you?
87 books, yeah.
I don't know that.
Yeah. So
how many you got left? 86.
So Sarah Wood has bought the book, and Neil, she sent me a message. She hasn't left a review yet. She hasn't read the book. She left me a message. Do you want to read the message?
Go on then.
She goes something like this. She messaged me saying, I hope this book is as funny and as charming as you. Do you know, that's nice, eh?
Beautiful.
That's beautiful. Don't know what she means by that, but there you go. She didn't really know, but yeah, she said
That is.
yeah, she's got. Yeah, it wasn't a review, Neil. It was just a thank you. I've sold a book. Amazon, $6.25. Go and check it out. The Halloween.
You have to put your glasses on for that.
I've written it in small writing, Neil. That's why.
Yeah, don't say many words to that woman.
No. Anyway, we are off to a place soon. I'm not going to say whereabouts and when it is, but we are going. People can probably guess from what I'm about to say.
Oh, here we go.
Paralytic activities are off to a place where there's been sightings of spirits, sightings of aliens, werewolves, Bartmen, and doggers. So that's where we're off to. We're gonna spend a couple of hours in the woods, dogging.
So is that the film you're going to review later? Dogging in the Woods?
Dogging in the Woods, yeah.
Oh.
It's a film later, yeah, that's right. Anyway, Neil, we got a little bit of an announcement, have we, kid? Got a little bit of an announcement. Obviously, Paralytic Activities have been running now for nearly 3 years. It consisted of me, Orange, Nige, and Sir Luke, and a couple of others who've been and gone. But we've got 3 new members. 2 you're going to meet in a minute. But we've also, Jack from Dutch Courage, as he's joined us as well because he likes to have a laugh and he likes a beer and he loves paranormal.
Yeah.
So he's joined us. So we are now a team of 7. We are the travelling Wilburys of the paranormal.
John, I don't think we're the travelling Wilburys.
Supergroup?
I think we're the Paranormal Police Academy.
What do you mean by that?
Well, you've got Maloney's.
Oh, the Mahoney's,
Right.
yeah, correct.
I can be Tackleberry.
No one's tackled your Betty for a while. Shut up.
Jack can be Hightower.
Hightower, correct.
And you're going to be Sweet Chuck.
Y'all can be Ned Zed.
Ned.
Zed.
My mum was named Jughead.
Anyway, Neil, let's bring up some more comments before we bring in the old guests. He's got it right. Canuck. I'm coming. It's not that kind of show.
I don't know who's written those.
I don't know how dirty he gets. Actually, I'm going on about Valentine's Day. The New Forest.
The New Forest.
Yeah. Orange. Love the travelling Wilburys. Of course, Nicholas, you do. Maybe next time you can give us a little tinkle on the old Joanna.
Oh,
you know, a bit
I'm missing your songs, aren't Nick?
Bit of the old Wilburys. That'd be fine. And you do cheer me up. That's okay, Nasha.
Oh, cheers, Mel.
Okay. And get well soon. Neil, should we bring in our guest tour?
Yes.
Everybody, I'm just going to put the comments up now because we don't need any more banners for now. Here we go. Bosher, have some of that.
It's only the Maloney. You all right?
How do? You both okay?
Yeah, all right, mate.
Good evening, good evening. I hope you like the little intro there.
It was wonderful, thank you.
Anyway, obviously, first of all, welcome to Paralytic Activities.
Thank you very much, mate. It's been a long time in the making.
A long time,
mate. We've kind of discussed it for a while, haven't we? But we've never kind of it's never come to the fore, as it were. Do you know what I mean? So anyway, I just want to that leads straight on to the first question. How can 2 people as talented as yourselves and so much knowledge within the paranormal can work for one of the top teams in the UK in HD Paranormal, and now you join us, pair? You know what I mean? And Luke and Nige in Paralytic Activities. What has come to this decision?
Well, Matt, I think it's just it's a natural thing. As you said, we did the very serious investigations with large groups of people, and we did private things, and we did things like TV and newspapers and things like that. And I just feel that the industry, it's very it can be very serious. Obviously, we are true investigators. We only do it for the truth, and it seems to get to that point where you might get to what you consider to be the top, and you consider yourself to be really, really good, but it's that aspect of it's very, very, very serious. And we just got to the point where we still want to investigate. We know that you guys investigate properly. You don't show any rubbish. You don't sow any lies, on your videos and stuff like that. And you have a real good laugh at the same time. And
that's what it's all about, Craig, isn't it?
Yeah.
Enjoying what you do, and that's what we do.
That's it. And you do get to the point where it's like peaks and troughs, as it always is in any job, really. But in the paranormal, there's a lot of that, as opposed to that. So you know, it's just nice to be around, you know, what we consider like our closest friends. You know, and we can have a laugh at the same time, like we do every weekend.
Exactly. I mean, it's like I've been barking on about this for years. That, you know, if you go into an haunted building or wherever it is, it requires energy, not just from them, but from us.
Yep.
And I always believe that laughter produces the best energy.
It does.
I really do. And so we go in there, we have a laugh. I mean, when we went to Bronwy Garth on Saturday, we did no calling out when we was on our own. We just talked and talked, and hopefully people who are going to watch the video might pick something up what we didn't see or we didn't hear, because, you know, the spirits, you know, they're not performing monkeys, are they?
No, they're not.
They want to see what we're doing, and they want to see what we're laughing at.
Yeah.
And if we're laughing and creating this energy, there's more chance that they're gonna, like, it's like the shadow people, the people, the shadows watching might pop out and say hello. Do you know what I mean?
And you know, I think we have to remember as well that, you know, they were once living people, and we all get tired, you know, when we continually ask the same thing. So it might just be a nice little refreshing night for them where they're not being asked. Is that Luke?
Yeah.
You know, they're not being asked to perform, so they just stand there and kind of, like, you know, almost mingle. You know, it's just and it seems to work.
Yeah, it does. It's like, obviously, Nick Stepani, he goes with Dazzy's Ghost, and they have a right laugh, you know, and they do get some decent evidence at the end of the day.
You know why, John? You see what he's put?
Well,
He like, you know, I have to.
I'm getting there, Neil. I'm calm down.
Oh, come on.
I'm getting through all this. I can't be biased, Neil. I've got to give everybody a chance.
Oh, shut up.
100% spot on. I believe that too. I often go naked. Well, let me show Nick's. Nick Stepani, he goes naked in the woods for a while.
For the walk.
Why not?
Yeah, that's going to make anybody laugh, let's be honest, you know what I mean? I bet he's K2 now, Spike.
I've already got Jimmy Weiss on it. Well,
Just
my
CM.
weight.
Just CM.
I'm joking, Nick.
So obviously fantastic that we've joined. Luke's over the bloody moon. Nigel's over the moon. Jackie boy, he's already been a couple of times with us, but, you know, that's what it's all about. We'll meet up, we'll meet in a pub, have a quick beer, do a little paranormal ale, get to where we got to go, do a couple of hours investigating, get in the car, get back to the pub, and talk about what's happened.
Yeah.
And to me, that is a great night.
Well,
Yeah.
when we went there Saturday, it was like
Orange's demonic belly
no,
grill.
that wasn't me. That was now I've got the biggest belly, mate. But that wasn't me. The growls, you know, if I had belly growls, yeah. And when the mouse, like, when it started to kick off a bit, was when we was all talking amongst ourselves.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
So, Craig, anyways, that also brings me on to another question where, you know, you've been in the paranormal for 20 odd years.
Yeah.
You know, that's a long bloody time. That's a long time, especially when you're only 22.
Oh no.
Do you know what I mean? That's starting them early, that is. But I've got something I've always wanted to ask. Since you've been in the paranormal, you know, all them years, what, in your opinion, has changed recently for the worst? What is the thing?
Oh.
Because I believe it's changed drastically over the last 5 or 6 years.
I'm noticing
Yeah. There's the obvious pettiness, squabbling. These people are better than those people. That kind of thing, which is just atrocious, and it really ruins the whole industry. It really does. But the thing which really, really grinds on me is this obsession with demons. It absolutely drives me insane, because if you just go back 30 East Drive, for example, now for decades, people have been saying, oh, it's haunted and it was a poltergeist thing. Now, the poltergeist thing follows the same trait of Enfield, all that type of stuff. Everything was a poltergeist. Now, 30 East Drive was a poltergeist. Now, all of a sudden, every person who goes there, every video you ever click on YouTube, every video you ever see anywhere, it's just demonic. There's obviously a demon there, and the demon always scratches everybody, and he's always doing this and stuff like that. And it's the same in any building. Now, like as you said, I've been doing it since I was 17, and I've been to probably all of the big ones, the famous ones. And in the 26 years, I haven't seen any demons. I haven't encountered any. And I think up until probably 5 years ago, when Zach Bagans decided that there was a demon in every cupboard, I don't think realistically anybody else who's been doing it for a long time had ever encountered anything like that. And everyone was still of the same opinion that yes, you know that there are malevolent spirits. There are people who are just, you know, they've passed over and they're just as grumpy in the afterlife as they are now. You know, so those are the ones that go around. They're the ones that bring the temperature down. They may, you know, they may bring the mood down, that type of thing. 5 years ago, it would have been, oh, were you moody in real life? And now it's, oh, when did you arrive from hell? And when did you start to take over people's souls? It's just ridiculous. That's my thing. I could go on forever, but it drives me mad.
Well, it's like, you know, none of this kind of existed until The Exorcist. No one in the mainstream or anything. And then the Warrens bought it out, and this, that, and the other. And all of a sudden, demons are popping up everywhere. They're on the street corner selling crack.
But, you know, it's the demons. It's like the Dibbit boxes. It's all that type of stuff. You know, it's it all. If you look back on it, and it pretty much dates back to when Zach Bagans started the trend of, even if you go back, he never saw demons at the beginning. There were never any scratches. There were never scratches of the Trinity and all this type of stuff. There wasn't any of that. And then when he brought it out, that was it. And then you've got every celebrity, as they're called, every single one of them on a weekly basis, there will be some kind of demonic presence. And I read something today which was really shocking, which was in America, a person attended a ghost hunt, went back home, felt a little bit strange, got back in contact with the people who ran the event. They told him he had a demonic possession, and the man hung himself.
Jesus Christ.
Now, they never went out to him. They didn't speak to him other than that one conversation. They didn't, like I said, they didn't go to his house. They didn't do anything whatsoever. That guy was that terrified by the fact that the whole night was based around a demonic possession and a demonic presence in the house, that the guy thought, I can't do this, and he committed suicide.
That is shocking.
Yeah, and that's the extent to what he does, because, you know, and then they'll bring it up to, you know, demons will go after people who are maybe a little bit depressed, who are sad. Now, if someone's already depressed, they don't need to be told that they've now got some kind of demonic attachment, you know, with them. But it's just, it may not be nonsense. Demons may exist in another realm or what have you, but they're definitely not in every single haunted house, and they're definitely not on every street corner.
I think what people forget as well is that demons aren't these souls with horns and hooves. They are vanquished angels that would not follow the will of God. So once they were actually probably quite a pure existence. So because they wouldn't do as they were told, God said to them, well, go and leave heaven and live as man. So people forget that the other reality is the fact that, you know, are they capable of being so evil if they came from such a divine place?
So they've just been labelled as this really, really bad thing. A bit like Gemma Collins being labelled as a celebrity, maybe.
It's exactly the same.
You know what I mean? Some are just ugly in the head, which obviously goes back to dark presences. If there was moody and like, for example, an absolute shit in former life, they're going to be shit in the afterlife.
Absolutely.
I mean, they're a demon, does it?
No, not at all, mate.
No.
Not at all.
No.
So so I totally agree. So what about like people who get scratched and all that kind of stuff?
I'm afraid that I think a lot of those, you know, we ran a lot of groups, a lot of investigations for big companies, and the amount of times that you see people just doing this, you know, just scratching themselves.
Yeah.
You know, half an hour later, one person sees this scratch, and then all of a sudden it's a demonic attack. And if you just so happen to say, well, I think you've scratched yourself, no. You know, you can't argue, and you know, and when you're there hosting, you're not there to argue. you know, but I will never reinforce anybody who says that that's happened.
Yeah.
You know, and in terms of for a spirit to come along, a demon to come along and to be able to physically scratch you, you know, that is a big thing for them to be able to physically do that. Because if that was the case, why does it only happen on a ghost hunt?
Yeah.
You know, yeah, why do the people who work there in the daytime, they never get scratched and whatnot by demons?
Yeah.
You know, it's only the people who go on the ghost hunts, and it's only the people who go looking for the demons. That's my opinion. If you go looking for it and set that intention there, you will find something.
So moving on with that question, like with the scratching and stuff, how do people say that, you know, spirits, if they can't physically scratch you, how can they move objects as it were?
I agree with the theory by Tesla, who believed that the vibrational frequency, everything holds a frequency, everything's vibrating always. Now, if we were able to control that vibration and match that vibration, then we will be able to move objects. And there's a research project that's happening at this very moment, who have taken the table of results from Tesla and they've matched almost everything that there is almost in existence, and they've worked out their frequency. Now, by working out the frequency, they've worked out that they could move a stone which has been used on the Egyptian pyramids. Now, that's very interesting because nobody knows how the pyramids were built. Now, there are lots of written documentation and in the hieroglyphics of priests and things like that chanting at such a vibration that it was able to make things vibrate. Now, that leads on to the theory that vibrational frequencies were used to move large objects, and we can still do that now, and scientists are actually proving it, as they are with lots of things like quantum physics and stuff like that. They're starting to confirm small little theories that people have had for a very long time. So I think that if a spirit is able to match that frequency, then they could move that cup. You know, they could move that light. They could move certain things if they're able to match that frequency.
Someone also told me that frequency you're on about, like something to do with cats have got the same frequency, apparently, something like that, haven't they?
Yeah. So cats are able to, when they purr, it's a medically known fact that a cat's purr can repair injuries in the chest. And Olympic teams and stuff like that, they will encourage the Olympians to sit there with cats on their chest and stuff like that. That's why a cat's purr is always so relaxing and it's always so nice, and they think it's due to that frequency.
Oh, yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. So next to Barney, it happened to me while walking the dog. I had a pain on my arm. I took my coat off and had one big deep scratch. I think he must have been out dogging. that was Nick dogging, wasn't it? And it's got to be.
I don't know.
Yeah. Me and Craig have had many pyramid conversations this week.
We have, Luke.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I love me cats. Neil loves a good cat, do you?
It's only pushing in there.
Yeah.
There you go.
Neil, ask Kay.
What?
Ask Kay. You know, the one question Neil's got to ask.
Right.
You were right at the back over there. You were right at the back.
Okay, can you tell us about your tarot and mediumship knowledge?
Woo! Well,
Yeah.
for those of you who followed my journey from the beginning, obviously I've built the business up from absolute scratch, and literally kind of the past kind of 2 years of the business have been the hardest. Obviously, with what we said about the peaks and troughs, I've had to go through some real troughs to get to the peaks. And now I'm lucky enough to kind of be invited places. I go all around the Black Country, possibly further. I'm in discussions with a few kind of pubs, Worcester End and Hereford End, but they're kind of in the making. But now I kind of do a 2-hour session around the West Midlands. Most of them are sold out. All the ones that Lever and Bottle sell for in Wednesbury have completely sold out. So if you have seen them on my page, I'm really, really sorry, they've now sold out. And I'm at most of the venues in the Black Country. They're all on my page. If you go and have a look, they're all listed on there. But I'm lucky enough now to kind of be able to pick and choose my work. And 2 years ago, I had to take everything that was going, including unpaid work, because the work just wasn't there, or it was just the fact that I needed to kind of, very similar to my hosting to my apprenticeship, I needed to do my apprenticeship in the mediumship. So now I think I've got 4 pubs. I'm currently talking to another 4, and the next step is kind of moving on to maybe going and doing resident mediumship with a few of the bigger companies, and that's as and when really. So I'm in a real privileged position. I think the next step for me really is to kind of keep upping the place. So we have about 40, 50 people a time, £10 a ticket, and I've always promised that I'll never charge more than £10. I think £10 with the cost of living crisis, you get me for the hour, and then there's additional one-to-ones afterwards. So I think all in all, you have a night, not listening to me waffle on for an hour, whether you get a card or not, but you also get a really lovely environment to meet like-minded people as well.
Yeah, which is good, because when we go to the Leather and Bottle with you, Kay and Craig, we get to listen to you waffle on for hours for nothing.
Exactly.
I know.
Do you know what I mean? So where can people find out all this information, Kay?
On my page, I advertise all of my things on there, and what happens is they'll be on my story on my page, and if anybody's got any questions about that, just pop me a message and I'll just send you a list.
So you're on Instagram, yeah?
No, I'm not on Instagram. I'm on
You ain't
TikTok.
on Instagram.
No, I don't do Instagram. It's yet another social media. So I don't really like social media. Social media is more or less just there so people can find me. So I'm on Facebook and TikTok. And TikTok, it's at Maloney84. So I'm on there, and I'm on Facebook.
Okay,
Bloody tastic. Go and check it out, people. We've been a couple of times, and it's a great bloody night. And it's in a pub, so you can't complain. You know what I mean? You can't complain. Yeah, have a couple of swallies and listen to Kay waffle on for an hour.
And the Leather and Bottle, John, is not only just a pub, by the way. How old was it, John?
It's is it 1536, something like that? 1580. 1510.
Ye olde leathern bottle.
It's that old. It's not even called leather. And it's not called bottle.
Leather.
It's called the ye old leathern and bottle. That's how old it is.
Bottle, yeah.
Yeah, bottle. Yeah,
Couldn't even spell it in them days. That old.
I blame the bloody Egyptians.
Yeah.
Craig. So obviously you're a kind of a paratech expert, wizard, maker. You are the Spengler of the Black Country.
Oh, good.
Have you got any new kits you've been kind of working on recently? We'll go after you've said that. We'll go to the fact that you've now got some kit on sale at the Haunted Museum in Stoke. So any new kit you got coming up, pal?
Can I just stop you there one sec?
Go on then.
Craig, I've seen you got that much kit, right? Last time I seen that much kit, I was watching reruns of Knight Rider.
I'll take that. Yeah. So two things really that I've always been interested in trying to make. Can you grab that thing up in there, darling? The K2. Yeah. It's basically it's a thank you. No, this one. Sorry. It's a K2 meter, but we've all got this. We've all got the standard K2 meter. All of us have, which you obviously you drop it down on the floor or you drop it on the table or what have you. It sits there. And unless you attach a little clicker or a sound, like I do on some of mine, you sometimes forget that it's there. So what I thought of, right, we need a way of still using the K2 meter, but a way of being able to see it. So if it's flat, so it's not just the dots. So what I created was this. So it's a K2 meter, and it's got 5 of the glass tubes there.
Yeah.
Those tubes, when lit, will illuminate the entire tube. So not only do you get the light at the bottom, but the entire tube lights up.
Yeah.
And people have just been saying that it's fantastic because you put it down and obviously each individual one lights up. And then from the actual top of the tube as well, the K2 meter, because it's almost magnified, it lights up the ceiling as well.
Brilliant.
Yeah. So that's the K2 meter. That was the one thing that I was really interested in. And then the other thing was the music box. Every video that you watch, you'll see the music box with the little music box on the top with a handle that turns around. Now, they're brilliant and they're fantastic. And I got one and it was brilliant. And then I just sat there and I just thought to myself, well, it was extortionate to begin with. It was in the hundreds and hundreds of pounds. And I thought to myself, right, there needs to be a way that obviously people who can't pay the £400, £500 for a music box, there needs to be a way for people to be able to still have a music box, which works in an identical way other than the mechanism on the top. So what I did was I created this, and this is a light activated music box. So the way that it works is it has the PIR sensor and the night vision capability at the bottom. Once switched on by the switch on the side there, it will emit almost a radar, and it will pick up anything up to 3.5 meters away. Once activated, it goes through a little system inside. It lights up, which activates a sensor, which then plays any music that you like. You can download it, you can record it, and so you've got your very own music box, which is probably not even a quarter of the price of the ones which everybody's buying at the moment.
Yeah.
And those are the two things. And then I've got all my normal things like my REM pods and all that type of stuff. But those are the two things which people are buying at the moment, which people are loving. And like I said, the music box, it's less than a quarter of the price of the ones which everybody's got. And at the end of the day, we all want all the big posh equipment and stuff like that, but we don't all need the same equipment. You know, it's nice to have different.
Yeah, very true. I love all stuff like that, Craig. Really do.
So obviously your stuff is in a nice big cabinet at the Haunted Museum in Stoke.
Yep.
So not only are Wentworth Paranormal there doing their events, so go and check Russ, check him out, drop him a message if you want to go on. You also can go and see all Craig's equipment there as well. Fantastic, ain't now? You know what I mean?
It's all there. It's on display. If you like any of it, then obviously just tell Craig. Craig will pass on the details, and then that's it. Then
Fan bloody tastic.
Awesome,
You know what I mean?
mate.
What a group. Paralytic activities. Electro Paranormal. Wentworth Paranormal. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't get better than that. Craig.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know you love making your kit? You know, we call you the Spengler of the Black Country. So what new bits of kit you had, which you just showed us? I've got a question for you. If you could create, money's no object or anything like that.
Yeah.
If you could create a piece of kit to catch a certain piece of evidence, what would you make?
Oh gosh.
I know that could like be anything. So you know, think carefully.
I'll tell you what I absolutely love, and I'm trying to get my hands on, but it's a case of finding them. We've all watched The Conjuring and stuff like that, and it's when the cameras are activated and the flash bulb goes off.
Oh yeah, love that.
I would love to build a new up-to-date version which will take a picture which is activated by a PIR sensor. I'd love to do that, and you just leave it and it'd go down there, it would flash, it would take the picture, you'd go back at the end of the night, pick it up, and you'd see what you'd got from there. But I'd love the old one.
Yeah.
I'd absolutely love the one of the original ones from the 70s. I really would.
You know what? I've never watched The Conjuring.
Oh, for God's sake! I'm sure it was Insidious, wasn't it? Where they had that camera, the.
No, I remember it in there as one of the Perrin girls is going up the stairs.
Yeah, could be. Did they not have something similar in Insidious as well? I'm sure they did.
I can't remember. Oh,
no, the two techies with the white shirts and toys.
Yeah. I think they do actually.
So basically, if there's any movement, it takes a photo.
Yeah.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. He had the one in Insidious where it was like a kaleidoscope, and it'd go around with different kind of IR, UV.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool as well.
That would be so easy to make. We could easily make one of those.
There you get on it.
Yeah.
Get on it. Use one of them old kaleidoscope things. Now we used to have like the pictures of like Peppa Pig.
What used to
yeah, Peppa Pig, yeah.
Oh.
The only time that Craig might me is a great piece of kit, and some wicked things come through using that with the SP7.
Wonderful, thank you, mate.
I don't know Peppa Pig coming up.
We don't want to know what you had coming up, Neil.
And Sam Fox on mine.
Linda Lusardi. Anyway, yeah, Kay and Craig, we've got a guest who's just joined us. Yeah, we've got a guest who's just joined us. You nothing to worry about. Dead Ed has joined us.
Ah, good. Anthony Brady.
Yeah, well, I haven't. You know what I mean? Because he's a ghost. You know what I mean? Yeah, so Dead Ed is our spirit guide, Neil, as everybody knows, and he's up in the corner now, and he's talking into my good ear, and I'm going to send him, Neil. Well, he can't talk to Neil because Neil's deaf as a post.
You're trying about, trying to speak to him all the while.
What do you say to him, Neil?
What I said.
Oh, is that it? Yeah, so I'm going to send him off to Bronwy Garth, where we was Saturday with Russ and the boys. So go on, get off, Ed.
I tell you what, a long drive, mate.
That'll take him seconds, Neil.
Really?
That'll take him seconds.
Connor, you can drive next time.
There you go. That's the knock. That's the knock. So Ed's already there now. He's there. There's no one there because it's closed for the night. So Ed is at Bronwy Garth, which is an hospital in North Wales, in Porthmadog now. Porthmadog, and we was there Saturday night. Obviously, it used to be an hospital. It's Ed telling me right now, and it was also apparently Ed saying that it was a former workhouse as well, and now it lies silent and empty. It dates back from 1839. Now, when it was a workhouse, Ed's telling me that the spirit is telling him that the workers slept on steel beds in cells. That's what they did. Steel beds in cells, Neil.
Yeah.
And the only way they could earn food was breaking stones up. So they used to break stones for the workhouse just to earn the food, so they can have a bit of grub, like, you know what I mean? They wouldn't get enough just eat, no KFC or like a noodle bowl or anything like that. It'd just be like some bread and water.
When you're in hospital, people start to look after you.
It was a worker walk. You're not listening. It was a workhouse before it was an hospital, Neil.
Oh.
Okay, we're there. He's joined us. It has 3 floors. It has doorways at every turn, twisting corridors, and it is also pitch black. What was that, Ed? Oh, yeah, so there's loads of derelict rooms, wards, and there's even end-of-life rooms as well. There's a labour ward on the top floor. Why would they put the labour ward on the top floor is beyond me. What's all that about?
I don't know.
Was you with me Saturday?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the labour ward was on the top floor, and there was also wards for the mentally ill. That's where Neil kind of ended up at the end of it. Plus, there's also a mortuary. Now, Ed is now telling me about the ghosts and the spirits that reside there. He's telling me there is a lady spirit that wanders through the corridors, singing in the hospital. Apparently, what was that, Ed? A favourite song is Doctor Doctor by the Thompson Twins.
I thought it was a Doctor Beat by Blue Rest of them.
Good choice, 1984. Now, Ed says there is a male entity that snarls at visitors and move objects down in the mortuary area, Neil. Now, people have also been touched in the mortuary area.
We did we go in there? Did we go in there?
No, you couldn't. It was an opposite. It was in a different.
Should have sound. We're going around a bit.
Yeah, because it's been a while, Anyway, yeah. So people have been touched in the mortuary. Now, that ain't a euphemism, by the way. That is not a euphemism. Now, he's also saying to me that the building houses a lot of shadows. Now, not Aunt Marvin and the crew, Neil. It's not them kind of shadows. Shadows or watchers, that we're all allowed to call them watchers. And they dart between the many rooms, doors, and kind of twisting corridors and stuff like that. And they're just darting everywhere. Now, doors open and close on their own accord. Now, Ed says that is also a prison ward, but it is restricted due to a protected bat roost. So there's loads of bats out in the prison, so you can't go in there.
There's a few bats there, we ain't saying them.
Yes.
I'll finish now. I'm joking.
Yeah, so if there's a protected bat roost, calm down, Neil. I said roost, not roast. Oh. Cheers, Ed. Thanks a lot. Craig, Kay, a lot of people have been asking me, what does Ed look like? What kind of spirit guide is Ed? I'm going to tell you right now. Now, people have asked me, what does he look like? Now, Ed is from the 17th century. He looks a bit like Gary Barlow in a great wig. You know what I mean? That's what he looks like.
Really?
That's bloody fantastic. Yeah, he looks like Gary Barlow in a grey wig. He wears knee-length trousers, Now his knees are dirty due to all the back scuttling he used to do on the croquet field back in the day.
Really?
The dirty get. We got your number, Ed. He also wears a double, which is a cape, Neil. Nothing to do with Batman or anything like that. He'd be all right in the roost, wouldn't he, with the bats? So he wears a double and he's got a cape, and he also holds a tankard with a ghostly ale made from lamb's wool, eggs, spices, sugar, and roasted apples, which was a classic drink back in the day. It was like a tiny rebel back in the day in the 17th century now, or like a brew dog or something like that.
Call me Tiny Rebel.
They still do. I'll saw it in the shower. Yeah, so it's sugar and roasted apples. He also has a pack of cards in his pocket now.
You're describing me.
Because he loves to win at Style Revolt. I think I've said that right, which was a 17th century card game now. And it is like Pontoon of today, a game of 21. So Ed is our spirit guide now. He's an ale-swigging, gambling party animal who loves the ladies.
That's me.
No wonder he chose us.
Just never get on.
Cheers, Ed. Absolutely bloody fantastic. Do you know what? That hospital sounds sounds great, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. It does, mate.
You need to check it out.
Nice,
I think Wednesbury and Russ are going back in September.
Yeah.
Are they?
Yeah.
So it's worth
really,
a couple of visits. It's that big, you know what I mean?
Cheers.
Yeah.
More rooms than the Crystal Maze. I was waiting for Richard O'Brien to pop out with his harmonica at one stage.
Oh,
Yeah, it was really enjoyed it, to be honest. Just that the drive home was horrendous.
It was horrendous.
80 miles of cliff edge in the dark.
It was, yeah.
Honestly, a good job I'm a good driver, I tell you.
It is, mate. It is.
He was in the basket on the front of my bike.
That's the ET soundtrack of the bit now.
God's sake, cut me off next time, pal.
We've got 10 minutes left, kid. I've written this cabin in the woods thing for 2 shows and I haven't said it, so I've got to get it out the way.
Yeah.
Now, Craig, I love the film Cabin in the Woods, and I told you to watch it, and you went and watched it, didn't you? And what did you think?
Mate, I loved it.
It's a great film, and I think it's such an original idea.
Yeah.
And the end is, well,
Yeah,
I don't want to for people who haven't watched it.
Yeah, I thought it was really, really good.
Yeah. It's got everything. It's got sex, horror, zombies, monsters, a cabin in the bloody woods.
Yep.
So Neil, I'm just gonna quickly find it anyway. So Cabin in the Woods, it came out in 2011. It's a horror comedy, which and it's quite humorous as well.
Yep.
And it took 66.5 million at the box office. A little synopsis now. 5 friends unwittingly summon a family of murderous zombies and become involved in a ritual of human sacrifice by cruel subterranean deities. What's a deity, Neil?
A deity?
Yeah.
I don't know.
You don't know what a deity is?
I don't know what deities, John.
He never knows what deity is. So anyway, I'm gonna take a deep breath. This is Cabin in the Woods in a nutshell. Brace yourselves. Okay. 5 friends set off for a drunken, horny weekend in, you've guessed it, a cabin in the woods. Far away in an underground laboratory, engineers are taking bets on something. Why? I don't know. Back at the cabin, yes, it's creepy. The drinking has started. Hormones are splashing her out like a fat kid in a bath. Bang! The door to the ground that leads to a cellar opens on its own. Or does it? We don't know. The 5 think, fuck it, let's check it out. Have none of them seen The Evil Dead or what? In the cellar, there is bizarre objects, including an old diary of a young girl called Patience Buckner, a cabin resident who was abused by a sadistic family. One of the girls recites an incantation from the diary, which summons the zombie Buckner family. Cut back to the lab. And the weird betting that was going on. They were watching the cabin all along and were betting on which monster was going to attack the cabin. You see, it's all a setup, Neil.
Yeah.
Why? I don't know yet.
Can I say it reminded me?
I
of
can't believe you've just stopped me mid rant. So let me just the betting on a monster was going to attack the cabin. You see, it's all a setup. Why? I don't know yet. Cue tits, Cue decapitations, blood, gore, and the odd or pun joke thrown in. The stoner of the crew finds a lift that takes him and one of the girls down under the cabin where there's loads of glass containers holding all kinds of creatures, including the Wolfman, giant spiders, freaky fuckers, even a merman, and Kevin, and not in from Home Alone. Security of the lab find the stoner and accomplice and began to fire on them. In the room where they were hiding is a big red button, not Britain's Got Talent, nothing like that. So they press it and loads of doors open as all different monsters exit and slay everything inside. It's a bloodbath, legs, eyeballs, heads flying everywhere. What's going on, all you ask? Well, I'll tell you. I will tell you right now. Earth is in control by these underground deities, and humans have to be sacrificed to keep them away from rising and killing everyone. So human beings make a sport out of it to make it more interesting. But at the end, a big fucking hand comes out of the ground, crushes the cabin in one single slap. End of film. That, Neil, is Cabin in the Woods in a nutshell.
John, have you just bought the ending?
Probably have, yeah, but it don't matter. Go and watch the film.
Christ.
It is bloody brilliant. Love it.
You know what? That's why I've never read the Bible. Because somebody said to me, he dies in the end. And I've never read it.
I don't know. Oh, brilliant. Do you know what? That show has gone like that. Absolutely fantastic. Neil, have you got anything to add?
Not really.
You sure?
Yes. I'm out of puns.
Let me just see what, here we go.
What we got?
Is that the Stiff's room, the mortuary?
Yes, it was. I did have a Viagra.
How did you get one soon? A little break from the paranormal. I think I was getting a bit bored.
Yeah.
We all do now and again.
Yep.
Right there, Mel.
This chapter is in your new book, John. It might well be. They should create a new horror film using old footage of Lionel Blair called Cabaret in the Woods.
I like that.
I like that.
We've already done the Lionel Blair Witch Project.
Yeah, we've already done the Lionel Blair Witch Project, which was good. But trouble is, kept giving the game away because he had taps on his shoes. So he always found out where he was.
I had a Lionel Blair pint the other day. I ate it from an ale bar, John.
Did you?
Yeah, it was on tap.
Craig, Kay, absolutely fantastic to talk to you. Always is. Great getting you on the show. Kay, keep up your amazing work. Craig, keep building that stuff.
Will do, mate.
Yes.
Will do.
And we'll see you soon, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Okay.
Come on.
Fantastic.
See you later,
Always a
buddy.
pleasure.
Yes.
Always a pleasure. We're going to wrap up the show now, pal. Lovely.
We'll have to get in contact soon.
Yeah, I'll speak to you at some point in the future. It'll be all right.
Okay, mate.
So there you go. Neil, do you know what? That show went like that.
I enjoyed that. I feel nice and relaxed on.
I think it's the way we've moved the bar around,
I think
Neil.
it is, John.
Yeah. Anyway, so I'm glad everybody kind of enjoyed that little show. Loads of interesting comments coming through. Loads of people watching, which is good. You know, it's good to get people on it who like to talk about demons and stuff like that.
Melanie Nash. I don't have a clue what she's doing, but
Don't know.
Really brilliant.
Yeah, so absolutely fantastic show. Really enjoyed that one. I haven't even touched my drink, Neil. That's the first time. I haven't come up for breath. Go on, say it. Go on, say it. Go on.
What?
I haven't come up for breath.
Oh no, yeah, I know he never does. Like bloody Ben Elton, eh?
Here we go. Ben
His
Elton.
mouth to mouth. Never going to work. I'm just sitting there like a freak. You know, little pun here, little pun there.
That's what you're good at, Neil. That's what you're good at.
That's what I'm here for. You know what I mean?
Anyway, so little recap, little sum up. Kay and Craig, absolutely fantastic as per normal. Thank everybody who come onto the chat.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
I'm really. Well, thanks so much.
Thanks for just say
Cheers, Mel.
check out Russ Bevan went to Paranormal if you want to get up to the Haunted Museum in Stoke, which we can't wait to get to. And therefore you'll also see some of Craig's amazing parakeet.
Yeah.
Hopefully get your money out and buy some. Do you know what I mean? Don't be shy.
We met. I met him from the Haunted Museum Saturday night. Well, you already met him before, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely
Really,
fantastic
really nice
couple.
people.
Fantastic couple, like a good laugh, just like us.
Down to earth people.
Yeah.
That's what you can't beat.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, they're coming on the show next now.
Who?
We got Craig and his lovely missus on the show next show. Yeah, from the Haunted Museum in Stoke.
Oh,
We're just going to arrange a perfect time, so I'll keep you all posted. That'll be a good one, without a doubt. Anyway, Neil, any last words before we go?
John, I've got no last words.
Makes a change.
But, you know, What do we usually say, Johnny boy?
Well, this is it. Anyway, it's coming up to the weekend.
Again.
Yeah, it flies by, doesn't it? The week's like that. It's going on.
Tell you what, John, it just goes so quick.
It does. So, all your paranormal teams and investigators out there, if you are investigating this weekend and you don't get any bloody spirits, just do me a favour. Do what we do. We drink them instead.
Yes, Johnny boy.
Yeah, you know it. See you lot in 2. Hopefully, we'll have Craig and his lovely girlfriend on, or wife. I can't remember if they're married or engaged or whatever, but they're going to be on anyway. And
Looking
fantastic.
forward to that as well, John.
Great show.
Really
Cheers for
are.
Kay and Craig. Cheers for everybody who helps us out. And cheers for everybody for coming in the chat. And share. That's what we want. Brilliant.
God bless you all.
He's off. Jerry Springvest.